Michelle's Whispers ASMR. And welcome back to another cozy ASMR video by me, Michelle's Whispers ASMR. or as much as like an hour for it. And I definitely recommend reading this book, especially if you're interested in spirituality, but also if you're interested in the moon itself and everything that comes with it. I'm very happy I have this book because it gives you like instructions and affirmations, and like for example, here it says also like when new moon, like you know how you have a birth chart and you have different houses in your birth chart. Sorry for anyone who's not interested in this kind of stuff, but new moon moves through your houses as well, and so you can see your like new moon in your first house and everything and what that means. And the way that you find out in which house it is, she has like a table. She has like a table, and you can see like for example the next new moon should be in Libra, so that would be my 5th house because I'm a Gemini. If you're a Leo, the new moon is in your 3rd house, and so on. But I think by the time that I'm uploading this video, it'll already be past new moon. So, huge recommendation, huge recommendation there to try it out and to read it. And it wasn't that much money. I don't remember how much it was. Oh, there it says like it's like $10, maybe like $12, depending on where you get it. But yeah, very interesting, very helpful, and I marked all the pages that I thought I would want to look back on. Okay, that was a lot just about this one book. Let's move on to a novel that I read. One of the 2 magical realism books that I read, and I think the first time that I ever read magical realism, and I have to say I am hooked. Before reading these 2 books, like this one and the other one, I only ever knew like either fictional or non-fictional, like either it's fantasy or it's like, I don't know, a college love story or whatever, which I guess is also fictional. What I meant is like fantasy or no fantasy, but magical realism kind of goes beyond that, and it's a whole genre, and I can very much recommend. So this book is called The House in the Cerulean Sea. The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Clooney. So it basically follows this man, this 40-year-old man, and he works in the Department of Magical Youth, so I think he's a human. And in this world, there's kids, orphans, and they have special abilities, like magical abilities. And he basically, like, works as a caseworker, so he goes into, like, orphanages, and he makes sure that everything is in order. And then he gets sent on this mission, where he has to go to a special orphanage, and like the people he works for don't really give him any detail, and they don't want to tell him too much, and they also tell him like this is a top secret mission. And so he goes there not knowing what to expect, and he opens the files of the kids, and one of the kids is like the Antichrist, and the kids are very, very special, like they're even more special than the ones that he's worked with. And at first he's like scared, but I'm not gonna tell you what happens. But what I can tell you is this book, if you want cozy vibes, if you want to really just sit back and have a good vibe all the time, if you want to feel like a warm hug, this book is for you. And it's not boring at all. Like, it is super cozy. It is definitely a feel-good book, but you also get like sucked into the story, and you want to know what happens. So I'll just read you the back. so cute, and it also contains a bunch of like life lessons that I think we all go through, like having prejudices and having like making assumptions about people even if you don't really know them, and growing and learning from that. And it's also LGBTQ friendly. Like it's a love story too, although I feel like it's saying it's a love story, and like it's definitely a love story, but I feel like that's one of the more smaller components of the book. It's more about like finding family, finding a place where you belong, and oh man, this book is so good and it's so funny. I love the humor and the wit in this book. It is so masterfully written. It's a 10 out of 10, and I don't want to say anything more because I don't want to spoil you, but definitely check this book out, The House of the Cerulean Sea by TJ Clooney. And then we're on to the last book that I read. This book is called, and I think I showed it to you before in a video, and I read you a little bit, The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstein. This is another magical realism book. Oh man, this book. I went on a whole journey with this book, literally and figuratively speaking. I went on a whole journey with this book, meaning that in the beginning, like, the reason I started reading this is because I saw a book YouTuber recommend this, and I've had this book for a while and didn't read it because I read other books first. But I'm so glad I finally read it. It is a little hard at first to get into, at least for me. Like, this book, I don't even know how to describe this book. Like, you have to read this book. This book is genius. This book is like, I can't even like describe it. Like, okay, I'm just gonna tell you what the plot is about. It follows our main character, Zachary. His name is Zachary. It follows him, how he finds this book, and he suddenly sees that he is in the book, and he's like, what the heck, like, why am I in this book? And the story was that he was an 11-year-old boy, and he saw a painted door like this, with a bee and a key and a sword, and he didn't open it. And then in the book it says that he will find his way to the Starless Sea, just not yet. And he's like, what the heck is the Starless Sea? Like, what is all this meaning? And it basically follows him on this journey to finding out why he's in this book. What is the Starless Sea? Like, what is this place and everything? Oh, it is so good. And in the middle of the book, like, okay, so you have the chapter where you follow Zachary and the storyline, like the main storyline, and then you have stories, like short stories in between, but all of the short stories are like, at first it's hard to understand. It is very hard to understand. For me, I was like confused, and at first all the short stories don't make any sense, but as you keep reading you will understand. So this book, I wouldn't even call this a book. This is literally an experience. It's very cozy as well. It's not creepy or anything like that. It is just an experience, and I highly recommend you trying it. I think she also wrote another very popular book, The Night Circus. The Night Circus is also by her. I think that's very popular. If you've heard of it, maybe you have. Maybe you have. But yeah, so hard to read for me at first, but I have to be honest, sometimes I kind of just skipped the parts where she went into all this detail, because I'm like, I just want to know what happens to Zachary. I just want to know what happens with the Starless Sea. What is the Starless Sea like? I just want to know how the story continues. So you can just do it like me, or maybe you like when it goes into a lot of detail. But this is such a winter book. I really recommend reading this in like the winter when it snows, because it's so magical. This book is so magical. Like, I almost feel like this book has magic. So that's the other book I read. So that is all the books that I read, and now let me show you my to-be-reads. So the first book that I plan on reading in the next few weeks might be a little odd, because summer is basically over, but it's called It's Not Summer Without You, and it's the second part of the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I don't know if you saw the show on Amazon Prime. I didn't read the first part, but I love Jenny Han's storylines, like To All the Boys I've Loved Before, The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's all so good. I love it. I just didn't want to wait until the second season. I wanted to read the book. So this is basically the sequel of The Summer I Turned Pretty. If you don't know what The Summer I Turned Pretty is about, it's basically about this girl called Belly, and she like her family is friends with this other family, and they go to like this summer house every summer where her and her brother and these two boys that, you know, like, okay, we have her brother and her mom, and then we have these other two boys and their mom, and I think they used to be the dads, but I think they don't really count anymore. I don't know. And they go there, and she basically grew up with these boys, but she's always had a crush on one of them, the boy named Conrad. And so, like the title says, The Summer I Turned Pretty, she is like grown up now and looks all good, and she's starting to like go to parties, and I don't know, I know a lot of movies and books and stuff, it's like talk about this kind of theme, but this show in particular I really resonated with. I could really identify with myself with Belly, because I feel like I've been in her position before, and I feel like it's been like, it's a very realistic